What's up, everybody? Brian here with another episode of Fishing Control. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel if you've been before. We are out on Tybee this morning. It is a gorgeous morning. There are shrimp boats all over the place. There's some way out over there, some way out over there. There were a bunch inshore by the lighthouse on the way in here today, which is great because we brought shrimp. And we're gonna fish with only shrimp, at least to get going. We might keep some bait fish, some whiting, or if we catch a croaker or something like that, cut them up. But really, we are just focused on simple surf fishing today. We are breaking it down and keeping it easy. Basically, this is what it would look like if I came to the beach on vacation, or if many of you came to the beach on vacation. I got a backpack. Now, I have a rather fancy tackle bag that my wife gave me for Christmas a few years ago, and it's been good. I'll say the Guggen bag has held up to the salt. I'm going to do a more thorough review on it later because I've been using it for a number of years now, and it's held up, so we're going to talk about that down the road. But and a cooler. The heaviest thing with me is the ice in that cooler, and a couple of trays of tackle. The cool thing about a backpack like this is that, you know, I've got all essentials in the front bag the front pocket that come with me every time, and then I can swap out the trays in the other pocket for depending on what I'm doing for the day. So we brought that, and cooler with some ice and a bottle of water and some shrimp, and that's what we're doing today. Got a knife, got one of my tackle trays out that I'm going to use to cut up some shrimp, and I brought the two 8-foot rods because I came in the SUV, as many other people do on vacation, and these are my two medium action 8-foot rods. So these will fit with a little curve. Once I put them together and rig them up, they will fit in the car, just barely, but they fit in the car. So if I'm like at the house before I come out, or like say at the hotel room at the start of a trip, you could very easily, you know, go ahead and rig up your rods and then bring them down to the beach. Now, you know, they do poke over the seat or whatever, so you got to work around them a little bit. So, you know, make sure you don't break your rod tips or anything like that. Take your time, be easy. But these guys fit in the car, rigged up, so I'm ready to go as soon as I get here. And then we're going to cut up some shrimp, put them on, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so I've got some shrimp. We used about half of it for dinner the other night. We're going to use some more of it now, and I'm going to save my shells in here. Shrimp shells work phenomenally well in a minnow trap, like really well, almost like cheating. So we're gonna peel a couple of these suckers. Why are you peeling them? Because the peel actually kind of impedes the hook a little bit, and gives like a false sense of security. That shell is not holding that hook on any better, I promise you that. It is so loose on there. I don't know if you notice how easily I just ripped that thing off with my fingers, but pull this cooler back up, keep those cold. And some people rip these, tear these. I like to cut these. I think that makes the hook tear through the meat less quickly if it's got a clean cut rather than a tear. That's probably malarkey, but I like that one. It sounds real when I say it. So I've got 3 hooks, so I'm gonna grab 3 pieces. I put something plastic over them to keep them from drying out and to keep the birds from stealing them. So that's that one. That's on a single drop rig, 20-pound test, I believe, fluorocarbon. This one's got a little bit of a fray there, so we may work on tying up a fresh rig once we get these fishing, and swap that out as we go. That has a 3-ounce weight, on it. 20-pound braided main line. I use all pin reels in the surf. Just always have. So I don't know if I always will, but I always have, and I have so far, so why change it? I haven't really had any bad luck with them necessarily that wasn't created by myself. So this one, also 20-pound fluoro rig, double drop. Same color float on the bottom here, yellow and orange, with a pink up at the top. This one's got a 4-ounce Sputnik because I plan on casting a little farther. They're both medium action rods, but this one's a little stiffer, so I can flick it a little further, and we will. And we're going with no fish bites today. I think this shrimp is going to work plenty well. There are plenty of shrimp in the area right now, so there should be fish keyed in on finding shrimp. We're going to put the noodle rod kind of close. Right behind the first waves there. Well, make sure to loosen your drag before you put it in the rod holder so you don't chase your rod into the ocean. So that's one rod fishing. Let's get this other rod fishing. We're gonna send it a little farther, like I said, so tighten your drag down. Always tighten your drag down before you cast, so you don't cut your finger with your braided line, if you're using braided line. That one significantly further, but not really far. I don't think fish are going to be very far out right now. We're going to fish kind of close while the tide's up, and we may go out farther as we go. But now we're fishing, and that is exciting. Pretty sure there's a fish on noodle rod. Definitely had a real hit. Check this bait. Just got started. Yep. Thank you. Bait gone. So that is the danger of fishing with only shrimp, is that bait goes quick. So you gotta have some pieces ready to go. All that sort of stuff. But this was the in close one. So we're gonna go in close again. I actually see what looks like it might be a school of fish. I'm gonna see if I can put this right by that and see what happens. Oh, that wasn't next to it at all. That was way too far to the side. But that's okay. It's shrimp in the water. Was a fish. I don't know if I got him though. I don't think so. No. There's definitely some action though. A piece of shrimp still here. Let's see if I can get it back on and get it back out. Now that's tricky business with shrimp. Never really wants to stay on the hook as it is. So we'll see if that lasts. Well, that's pretty wild. A freaking horseshoe crab claw just washed up where I came in to wash off my fingers. What happened to that poor guy? Some big shark destroy him out there? All right, we're gonna launch this again. We've got shrimp and we've got small pieces of ghost shrimp fish bites. I'm gonna try and get this out pretty far. That was a better launch without a jerk on the cast. I'm working on getting my casts as smooth as possible to keep finicky baits on the hook. That's what you really want. It's not necessarily about power. It's about having a nice smooth cast and letting the rod do the work. Some of y'all probably play golf as well. Similar to that, just a nice smooth stroke will get you a lot better results than trying to smash it every time if you don't have good control. So nice smooth stroke to work on your control, and then add power to that as you go. Something pecked at this bait here. Something's pecking at this bait here. That might be a fish. That might be a fish. I think that's a fish. Yeah, that's a fish, finally. Holy cow. Please be a fish, not a crab that's already let go or something. Oh yeah, it's a fish. I think we got him. Feels like it might be a blue. No, nice size whiting. Holy crap. But we'll save him for lunch. Fantastic. Man, that is a nice looking whiting here. Let's get him up on the beach. That is a nice looking whiting. And it took a long time to get him. But maybe there's more coming through, so we're gonna get this back out as quick as we can. Get him on ice in the bottom of the cooler here. Ah! Get under there, dude. Oh my gosh. Get under that ice, dude. Okay. Finally, I thought I was gonna get skunked. Holy cow. I couldn't believe how long it's taken to catch a fish off shrimp. Usually like the ace in the hole. Get a couple pieces back out there. Finally. And we're going to check the other bait and put it out farther. That was a nice whiting. We got some good local grits. I think we'll have some fish and grits for lunch. These cannonball jellies wash up here a lot. Don't be scared of them. They don't really sting or anything. I don't know if they're dead when they wash up. But if I see one freshly washed up, I chuck it back. If there's a whole bunch, I don't worry about it. But if it's just the one, I'll give them a chance. Give them a fighting chance, right? Let's check this bait now. Maybe freshen it anyway, because this one's been cast back out a few times. MSC. What's the MSC shipping company? I don't know that one. I've seen it before, but I don't know what it stands for. Yeah, we're gonna completely refresh this piece of bait because it hasn't been hit. It was kind of one of the redder, pinker pieces of shrimp in the bag. I got a whiter one, a fresher looking one cut up now. And honestly, these single drops with the pyramid sinker on it tend to have less air resistance, so you can kind of launch them. I've been a little surprised a couple times by how good Noodle Rod can do with this type of rig on it. Come on, one more of those good whiting. Then we can go home, clean them up, get ready to cook lunch. Full send. It's still just 8:30. I've got to fish in the cooler. We're probably going to fish at least another hour. So yeah. What time is low tide? Here's I'll show y'all what the tide and everything look like today. Oh, that's a fish. That's a fish right here for sure. On noodle. On noodle. Oh. A little bit of tug back. Is this another one in fat whiting? That'd be great. That would be what we want. Come at me, bro. Everything feels like a monster on a fucking noodle rod. Oh, is that a nice pompano? That is a nice pompano for here. Heck yes. This just got way gooder. So, pompano are heavily regulated in some places. They are unregulated in Georgia. And that is more than big enough to keep to make a sandwich or some grits or whatever out of. So he is definitely going in the cooler also. Heck yes. Oh, these suckers can be hard to hold on to. There we go. Nice little pompano. All right, it's coming together here. They said the bite was going to be better from 8:30 to 10 something or another. So maybe I should believe that. When I say they, I say the fishing report. So they go between moon phase, tides, water temperature, a whole slew of factors to determine a major and minor bite time. And I'm right at the start of the major bite time for today. That's one of the things I was going to show you. I will get to it. I'm still going to show you. I just got to get some bait back out because, hell, there's pompano around. That's what we want. That's what we want, fellers. Putting it together. So this is what we're doing here. Let's run that through there. Boom. Baited. Master baited. Masterfully. I was hoping the other rod would go out. They're out at similar depths. I was hoping it would go off as well. Similar depth, same bait. Most acceptable. Oh, yeah, it is going off. It is going off. There's slack on it. Loosen this drag. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Got you. Oh, you ran all the way up. That's got to be another pompano. Is that two pompano? Two smaller ones. That's a double up of pompano. Oh my gosh, y'all. I would say the bite turned around. That's the smaller of the two here. Hold on, son, I'm gonna get you back. That's the smaller of the two here. I might keep the bigger of the two. There's that in there. Let's see here. Now he's a little smaller than the one I kept. Probably let this one go and hope for a bigger one. There we go. Oop. There we go. Ah! Let's get you back, dude. I ain't keeping you. Boom, he's gone. Like a dart. Okay. So that's 3 pompano in like 5 minutes. Tops 5 minutes. Yes. A double up of pompano. Holy cow, y'all. Let's get some shrimp back on there. So on Fishing Reminder, they're a pretty good average look at what's going on in your area as far as peak fishing times and lunar phases and stuff. So as you see right here, says it's a poor day, which I'll buy that it thinks that, because overall the bite's been slow. But we are right in the midst of, or just entering, the major bite time. 8:53. We started fishing at like 7, like 6:50 something, 7 o'clock, something like that. 6 something, before 7 even. So we've been fishing for like, I don't know, almost 2 hours. And we're just now entering the major bite time, and we just finally caught 3 pompano and a whiting. So I would say that's fairly accurate. If it stays hot for a little while, that's even more accurate. I don't know how much longer we're going to keep fishing, because I do have a couple in the cooler now. So I mean, that's successful. That's what I came out here for. Maybe stick it just a little bit longer. See if we can get another big pompano. But yeah, it's coming together. Fish on noodle rod. Feels like something decent. Another pompano. Another pompano. Ow. Decent little pompano. We're going to toss you back though. The one that we've got is bigger. I don't want to keep any smaller than that. Ooh, what do we got here? What do we got here? A bluefish. Third species for the day. It's gonna be too short to keep, but that's all right. Not really that interested in bluefish when we got fat whiting and pompano in the cooler. Whoop, 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 whoop. He really wants to flop out of my hands here. That's not a bad one. I don't think it's quite a keeper. He might be just borderline. But that's fun. He even gave me a little jump there. And off you go. All right, folks, that is going to do it for another episode of Fishing Control. Thanks for watching. It was an awesome day out here on Tybee. Pompano, bluefish, stud whiting. I think it's going to be an awesome lunch. We are going to be coming back out here at least a couple more times before I go out of town for a little bit. I'll try and make sure I've got some videos coming out for you guys, and then I will be back to kill it hardcore. It is a beautiful time of year out here. The fish are running. You just might have to wait for the right tide. Sorry, a little sand on my nose there. You might have to wait for the tides to change, or the cloud cover to change, or things like that. But if you're patient, you got good bait, you move around a little bit, you can definitely find the fish out here. This is the time. The water's warm, the fish are here. Shrimp, fish bites, especially shrimp. Shrimp is like the go-to. If that's all you can get, that's what you can get. I mentioned in the last video, which maybe I'll link that somewhere in here. I mentioned in the last video that you can travel with fish bites, but you can't really travel with shrimp, especially if you fly. Shrimp doesn't last that long. I don't think they let you fly with it, but you can definitely travel with fish bites. You can keep it in your pocket. You don't even need a cooler. So there are advantages to that, but you know, just give it a try. Get out there. It's not rocket surgery. Put some bait on a hook and put it in the water and try to make it look natural-ish. So anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Fishing Control, and we'll see you on the next trip.